Hi everyone, so excuse the wobbles, but I've got my camera strapped to me because I'm doing a barrel firing today at the end of my garden, and I want to try and show you, this is my setup here, I want to try and show you the inside of the barrel, so that's why I've got the mobile phone strapped to me. And I'm just going to talk you through some of the things I've got laid out here. So it's really exciting. This is the first time I've done a barrel firing since my BA about 20 years ago, and this is a makeshift one using this small burner for the garden material, which is a little rickety, so I've had to prop it up with a stone, but it is stable, so you need to double check on that it's stable. And it's got some embers in the bottom, which is good. They're a bit damp, but that's fine because I want the embers to gradually smoulder, so they cover the pots in their colours and the carbon and the smoke. So health and safety, I've got a bucket of water in case there's any disasters. Hopefully there won't be. I've got my mask just in case it gets a bit too smoky, and if I'm going to be using salt in there, sometimes that can create some nasty chemicals, so I might need to use that. And then a long stick is also very helpful when making fires, and I've got some metal tongs there as well. I've got some thick red gloves which I'm going to be wearing, and I've got decent boots on. So what we're going to be doing is layering up the barrel, and I'm going to be using sawdust and straw. To start with, you'll see me doing that later on. I've even gone to the field where I made the ceramic vessel that I'm firing, because I made an earth vessel in a recess in the ground in this field, and this is some cow manure which is dry. So I thought, yeah, let's bring along everything that was kind of indigenous to the site where I made the vessel. The vessel is over here lying on the floor. I'm going to be wrapping some organic matter with the hemp cord there I've got. But yes, so in order, we've got the cow manure, which is paying homage to the cows that were in the field and nearly squashed my pot when I'd made it at the end. They came back for feeding time. We've got some thistle and some other indigenous plants from the field, including this, which I think is ragwort, which is poisonous for the cows. So they were actually taking out of the field at the time. So I've just got a bit of that they took out of the field to wrap around the pot. And then from my home garden, I've got these reeds. Well, they look like reeds. These are actually from our yucca tree, dried, so that'll be interesting to see what they do. I've got some seaweed, local seaweed from Weston-super-Mare, just down the road from me. And then because I use lots of ferns in my ceramics, in my vases, then I've got some of my fern plants when they naturally, the old leaves die off, the fronds. I've collected some of the crumpled up, dried fronds here, and I've got a couple of bird feathers because they're supposed to be good for barrel firing. Basically what's happening here is you're releasing, through the fire and the smouldering, you're releasing chemicals. So certain things have certain chemicals. Some people use banana skins because they've got potassium in. So it's really exciting, and seaweed's got lots of different minerals in it, so we could get some interesting colours there. And then over here we've got normal table salt, which when sprinkled on can create some nice speckling and colours, hopefully, and copper carbonate, which also can go a coppery colour or green or red in reduction. So when the fire is smouldering, it's starved of oxygen in some areas in the drum, in the barrels, so you might get a reduction there. And then to light the fire at the end, I've got my burner there, my gas burner. We've got some logs and kindling and paper in case I need it. So there's quite a bit going on. And then we've got the top of the lid of the barrel to go on about an hour after the fire has taken hold. So, and then I would leave it for, well, as long as required, could be up to 10 hours for everything to smoulder, and then hopefully take the pot out in 24 hours time. So we'll see how it goes. What I'm going to do next is start to wrap the vase with some of the organic material I've just mentioned, so it's ready to place in there with certain things attached. And in general, when certain things are attached, you might get a closer reaction with colours. You can cover up parts of the pot if you don't want it to go too black. So yeah, we'll see what happens.